Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us again today. We'll go ahead and get started with our usual hellos. Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care? What the heck do we care? Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care now? Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care? What the heck do we care? Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care now? If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How you do, how you do, how you do? Had to drop to me a letter, I'd have hired a band, the grandest band in the land. Had to drop to me a letter, I'd have hired a band, spread the welcome out for you. Now I don't know where you came from, 'cause I don't know where you've been. But it really doesn't matter, grab a chair and fill your platter and dig, dig, dig right in. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake, baked a cake, baked a cake. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How you do, how you do, how you do? How you do, how you do, how you do? All right, so today we are going to celebrate Extra Mile Day. And actually it's the 1st of November is the Extra Mile Day. But it's just a day that we celebrate that everyone has the ability to make positive change if they go the extra mile. So everything we sing today will be about being a friend to somebody or caring about others. So we'll go ahead and get started with a tried and true that I've just recently learned, but I've done before. And I use it all the time. It's just a great song, and I love the message. So here's Accentuate the Positive. You've got to accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. You've got to spread joy up to the maximum and bring gloom down to the minimum and have faith that pandemonium is liable to walk upon the scene. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do just when everything looked so dark? I said you've got to accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. You've got to spread joy to the maximum and bring gloom down to the minimum and have faith that pandemonium is liable to walk upon the scene. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do just when everything looked so dark? Said you've got to accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. True, true. All right, here is another classic. Always. I'll be loving you always with a love that's true, always. When the things you plan need a helping hand, I will understand always, always. Days may not be fair, now, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always. I'll be loving you always, with a love that's true, always. When the things you planned need a helping hand, I will understand, always, always. Days may not be fair, always. That's when I'll be there, always. Not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but always. Okay, so I thought I would put together some ways to show others you care. So I know it might feel kind of difficult right now because we're so isolated and so restricted in the places we can go and the things that we do. But there are ways that you can do it from a distance. So things that are important to you, or you see there's a need in the community, I urge you to pursue those. So maybe it's organizing a food drive. So maybe you don't have to be there to collect the food, just having a box in the grocery store entrance saying in a sign that says, donate food for this organization. Or maybe it's just writing a thank you note or a thinking of you card to troops overseas or doctors, nurses, teachers, or any essential workers in your community. It could be very simple, just that note to say thank you, I'm thinking of you. It's been a long road, and we're not alone in this. And I think that's really important to remember, that we need to band together, and that's all about what today's theme is being together, even though we're not physically together, but being a partner in this whole situation that we're in. So, all right, how about, let's do, this one is Willie Nelson's song, Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground. And I think I've done this before. Actually, I know I've done it before, but I don't think a lot of people know it. It's not one of his more popular or famous songs, but it's a beautiful, beautiful song. Never fallen, then I would not have found you. Angel flying too close to the ground, and I patched up your broken wing and hung around a while, trying to keep your spirit up and your fever down. I knew someday that you would fly away, for love's the greatest healer to be found. So leave me if you need to, I will still remember. Angel flying too close to the ground. Fly on past the speed of sound. I'd rather see you up than see you down. So leave me if you need to. I will still remember. Angel flying too close to the ground. Leave me if you need to. I will still remember. Angel flying too close to the ground. I really like the line in there that, let's see, it says, I knew someday that you would fly away, for love's the greatest healer to be found. There's a lot to be said about that. Okay, so another way that we can go the extra mile is to volunteer your time. And like I said, it's just really hard when we're stuck here because we are isolated and it's not necessarily, maybe you're not comfortable going out, it's not necessarily the safest to go out. So I've found this website that shares 9 places to volunteer online. So we all have internet connection here, and if you're interested I can email you this list, but number 1 is the United Nations Volunteers. So if you're looking to take your online volunteering worldwide, this is a place to start. UNV, United Nations Volunteers, connects you with organizations working for peace and development in need of skills like research, writing, art, and design. There's already 12,000 volunteers from 187 countries lending their talents to organizations around the globe. So that one is United Nations Volunteers. Number 2 is Catch a Fire. Like catch a fire, but it's all one word. Catch a Fire. This volunteer search tool is exclusively for online volunteer projects. Each one has a timeline that can range anywhere from an hour to a few weeks. So whether you have an afternoon or several afternoons, you can help not-for-profit with tasks like writing thank you letters or editing photos. It's Catch a Fire. And that sounds like it's just another website that will, if you put a search in about what you want to volunteer doing, they will show you some projects that you could sign up for. Number 3 is the Smithsonian Digital Volunteers. So the Smithsonian is obviously the world's largest museum, education, and research complex, but they could use a little help. So help make their collections more accessible by volunteering online to transcribe historical documents or edit Wikipedia articles related to their artifacts and research. Amnesty Decoders is number 4. This one might be a little more difficult to contribute to, but I thought I would still share just in case. So this one is operated by Amnesty International, and it's a network of digital volunteers that helps conduct research into global human rights violations. Volunteers have used their phones and computers to verify the location of oil spills, find evidence of drone strikes, and flag abusive tweets to women politicians in India. Number 5, Translators Without Borders. For those fluent in more than one language, check out the nonprofit that combines language skills with humanitarian aid. Volunteers provide translations, 10 million words a year, to international organizations that focus on crisis relief, health, and education. Number 6 is one that I do, a crisis text line. Here's a perfect example of technology being used for good. Become a volunteer to help the crisis text line continue to offer help volunteer to help the crisis text line continue to offer free 24/7 support for those in crisis. If you're at least 18 and commit to volunteering for 4 hours each week, you can apply to be trained for free. If you're good at texting. Number 7, Zooniverse. It is a platform for people-powered research that literally wouldn't be possible or practical without the help of online volunteers. Spend as much time or as little time as you'd like identifying endangered animals, classifying galaxy systems, or transcribing Shakespearean manuscripts. Number 8 is Project Gutenberg. Founded in 1971, this may just be the virtual volunteering effort that started it all. The goal is to create the largest digital library, and so far they've amassed 59,000 free ebooks. Volunteer by donating eligible materials, transcribing books into digital form, or proofreading others' works. That's a cool one. And last but not least, DoSomething.org. It empowers young people to enact social change, both online or offline. Volunteer online through one of our campaigns to help solve real-world problems. Do Something members have used the internet to successfully urge Apple to diversify their emojis, change the dictionary definition of black, and create the largest crowdsourced anti-bullying guide. So, maybe you had a pen and you wrote those down, or maybe you're not interested. But I know many of you did volunteer, and that was a big part of your life before COVID. And so if you want to maybe bring that into your life again in a way that's safe to do so, you have some options. So, okay. Let's see. How about we do some Simon and Garfunkel? Bridge over troubled water. When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. When times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. When darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. Sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. If you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, troubled water. I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind. Excuse me. Okay. Now I thought we could reflect a little bit about, for me, I'm going to share a time when somebody went above and beyond for my family and how it made me feel. Many of you know, I have a young son. He's now 11 months old. And my family does not live close by. They live in southern Illinois around St. Louis. My husband's family lives in Chicago, so we don't have family around. But, so when my son was born, my parents stayed for several days and then, helped us get on our feet and get situated and settled. But maybe y'all can remember back to the days of newborn life, and specifically your first newborn. We struggled a little bit. We did, and I'm not afraid to admit that. There was a lot going on, a lot of new things, a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, and a couple of families from my church came and visited. And they were very respectful and called before they came, but the one family, they all just wanted to meet my son Joshua and just say congratulations and all that. I should note this was before COVID. But one family in particular has been incredibly supportive through our whole journey of marriage and having children and growing deeper in our faith and things like that. And they came and they just brought us the most delicious meal, and we ate off that meal for a week. And it was the most beautiful blessing. Eating was not my priority at that time. Yes, I was taking care of myself, but making big meals that felt really good to eat and I was excited to eat, that was not my priority. Really surviving was my priority. So to have that meal, it was a big chicken pot pie, and she made chocolate chip cookies and cheesy potatoes, all kinds of comfort foods. And it was just such a blessing. It was such a thing, like a small thing. I'm not saying it didn't take her lots of time, but it was just a simple thing that just made our lives so much easier. And I felt like I was cared for when they came. I'm getting tearful. Oh my gosh. I felt that they cared about us and our family and our well-being when she did that. So that was a time when somebody went above and beyond. There's so many times that people have gone above and beyond for us, and to be on the receiving end of that is really it just brightens your day and makes you feel very loved. So that's my motivation for volunteering my time and for doing what I can to make people's day better, because it makes me feel good. It's a little bit selfish, yes, but it also fills my cup. So that is just a memory that I have. That wasn't all that long ago. That really made us feel loved and special. Okay, here's Freddie Fenders, Before the Next Teardrop Falls. If he brings you happiness, then I wish you both the best. It's your happiness that matters most of all. But if he ever breaks your heart, if the teardrops ever start, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Though it hurts to let you go, darling, I want you to know that I'll stand by you if ever you should call. And if I should ever hear that he made you shed a tear, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. I'll be there anytime you need me by your side to dry away every teardrop that you cried. And if he ever leaves you blue, just remember I love you. I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Yes, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Okay, so now I thought we would meditate and reflect. When was the last time you've gone above and beyond for someone? And it doesn't have to be anything grand. Just maybe dropping their groceries off or bringing them a letter that was delivered to you by mistake. And how does it make you feel to go above and beyond for someone or go the extra mile? When's a time that someone has gone the extra mile for you? Did you see me? I just got tearful remembering a time that was very difficult in our life and somebody reaching out and showing that they care. And that's how that made me feel. It makes me feel really good and loved. So just meditate on that feeling that you get when somebody shows you that they care for you. All right, we have time for just a few more. Let's go ahead and do... This one is pretty cute. This is I Love by Tom T. Hall. I love little baby ducks, old pickup trucks, slow-moving trains, and rain. I love little country streams, sleep without dreams, Sunday school in May, and hay. And I love you too. Pictures of my friends, birds of the world, and squirrels. I love coffee in a cup, little fuzzy pups, bourbon in a glass, and grass. And I love you too. Smiles, kisses from a child, tomatoes on the vine, and onions. I love winners when they cry, losers when they try, music when it's good and life. And I love you too. And I love you too. It's one of my favorite songs. I know I say that a lot, but it's just so real. I mean, how can you, kisses from a child, tomatoes on the vine. It's the simple things in life that he loves, and he made it into a song. And I think we can all relate to that. Okay, so one last thing before we say goodbye. I just want to reiterate that sometimes you need to go the extra mile for yourself. So maybe that means just relaxing and re-energizing for the day. Maybe that means taking time for meditation or getting your hair done at the salon or reading your favorite book or magazine. So it's really important to give to others, but you can't really give to others if you don't have anything to give. So in these trying times, I know that I am affected by it and I get to come to work every day. But I still find myself feeling low and drained. And I need to do what I can to take care of myself so that I can come to work and be able to give to everybody at work here. So don't feel like this is, oh my gosh, the expectation is for me to give. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying do what makes you feel good and be a light in somebody's darkness, maybe. It doesn't mean you have to give financially or of your time. It could just be, hey, how's it going? A phone call. Something simple. As long as it fills you up too. It has to feel good to you. And if it doesn't, if it feels like a chore, it's probably not the right time to be doing it. So be really aware of how you're feeling when you're doing it and be really conscious of your emotional state while you're doing these things. So, all right, we'll do one more song today. And I think it might be appropriate to end with Let There Be Peace on Earth. And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our Father, brothers all are we. Let me walk with my brother in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Thanks for joining me again today, and I will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Be well.